Hey ladies, you're with Tanisha Ali, and we're going to do these curls for tomorrow. Now, you may have seen a couple of my other videos with the same curls using this pipe cleaner thingy. I believe this one is about 12 inches. And my hair in those looks really big, and I'm trying to my hair has grown since that time, so this time I'm trying to go for a curl that's just a little closer to my head, but more curled on the end. So instead of rolling it all the way up here, I'm starting it a few inches down on the lock and focusing on maybe the second half. And as my hair gets longer, it'll maybe the first third of my hair. It has come to me now too that if your hair is really long, just combine two of them together for one, okay? You don't have to sacrifice the kind of curl that you want. So I'm just gonna model a few of these, and then tomorrow I'll take them out. What I did was wash my hair, which I don't always do, but my hair, as I told you yesterday when I did that video, it needed to be washed. Also, I'll tell you before I even start, in areas where the curls typically will fall out easier, like around the bottom because your hair rubs up on things, and then also in areas where your hair is thicker or the lock is larger, you're going to want to use a tighter coil, meaning you're going to wrap it tighter and you're going to use a little less hair. And you can tell that just by how the hair feels, okay? But roughly I have anywhere from probably 6 to 10 locks. So all I did was catch it and do maybe 2 turns. I'm going to take this, okay? And you'll just see me twist it around a couple times, okay? And I'm pulling it kind of tight because this is in an area where my hair is thicker. Same number of locks are still more dense. And so I want to make sure that I get the kind of curl I want, a tight curl. So this one I started here, okay? So I'm about maybe 2/3 up. And then this bottom part, you can see, you'll become very intuitive about this. You just need to secure it, okay? So far I've got 3. I also don't want to be up here all night because I told you guys too, I have been wearing my hair straight, which I really wasn't a fan of for many years. But I've grown to appreciate the straight look. And so I don't want to be up here all night doing this. But I did blow dry my hair after washing it. Blow dried it just a little. Okay. My hair is still damp. I did not oil it. I'm going to wait until tomorrow to oil it. In my previous videos, you see me with a bottle of water spray, which I've added castor oil and coconut oil to, and some essential oils, and I will spray my hair down with that first. I still do that as well. I didn't do it tonight, but you have that as an option. You will find that by using and doing different things, you get different results. Clearly, if you use water, then you're going to get tighter curl, all right, without the oil. Now, I had a sister who's a doctor tell me that she uses, not that what she does is even relevant. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, she uses a type of mousse. So I did try one time with the mousse. I don't want anything that has alcohol in my hair that's going to dry it out. So I found one that was non-alcoholic, and it gave me a bit of a tighter curl, but I didn't find anything that was quite as good as just plain old-fashioned water. Okay, now I get up here towards the front. I'm a little more picky. Guys, see my gray? I'm only 47 and I'm getting gray. But anyway, so okay, I got some shorter ones. You see these little shorter babies up here? So you're gonna be real careful with this. Plus the hair around the front of your head is a little more it's tender. So I'm going to pull it up just so that when it's down like this, guys, it's not pulling me here. If I do it like this, close to my head, it's going to be pulling tonight. I need some flexibility. So I'm going to raise it up. I'm going to start it about here. Okay, you see? I'm going to take a couple of turns before I actually secure it. And then I'm just going to keep twisting. All the way down the length. Be really careful about your bottoms because you want the bottoms really nice and curly. You don't want the curls to fall out at the bottom. It looks really bad. And then maybe a week later or a few days later, you're going through trying to curl your ends with some more of these things without having to do the whole head. So, and you guys, and we'll talk about my locks, okay, because this is what I hated, and this is why I have a few different lengths, because I was impatient and refused to deal with things like this. You see that type of thing? I just couldn't stand, even after my first few months of having locks. So I would go in, get those bad boys out. Sometimes I would start from the bottom and do what I thought was like what I saw the Sisterlocks folks do. Anyway, I would just create a locking pattern from the bottom up, and then I would close the hole up. And this is not one that was done that way. I think this is one that I just plaited. But the point is also, when my hair gets cotton in it, lint, I just can't take it. I have to go back into the lock. As ridiculous as that sounds. And so it drives me crazy. So whatever you can do to limit lint in the first place, whether it's taking a very soft brush once a week and just brushing your ends, just very gently, just to, you know, you'd even put a stocking cap over the brush or something, but something that, and don't quote me on this, people. This is I do all sorts of things with my locks because I don't mind. I don't mind. I like to be self-sufficient, and I know that I tend to be really particular about certain things. I don't want to have to rely on somebody else to tell me something because they say they can't see the lint in my hair, but I can see it, so that's all that matters. And they say maybe, oh, my locks look okay, and I see them bulging and I see them doing other things, and I'm like, okay, well, they look okay to you, but they're not acceptable to me, so I have to do something about it. And then I think I told you guys that I liked my ends curly. So often I will actually take them out. You see that? Now this needs to be a lock at some point, but there's no way I'd be able to keep this in. I have a few pieces that are short up there for that same reason. Now this one here I'm probably going to do, because these pieces are kind of short, trust me, it has taken me a while to grow those. This was a combined one that my loctician finally, after years, just combined it into this lock. I was trying to hold on to it. But yeah, let me just see. Let's try this one. So we're getting ready to secure it with after a couple of turns. I'm holding it up to give my hair some room to move tonight when I sleep. I don't want to do it in a down angle because if I do, it's going to be tight to my head trying to start here. So I give myself a little bit of room by holding it up. I'm going to turn it 2 to 3 times. Yep. And just secure the top. And I'm going to start twisting. Now when you're doing different lengths, and if you avoid this these rascals like to stick out and it will mess up your do. All your curls will be looking good and then you'll have a straight piece. So try to hide it in with the other pieces of hair. Wrap them on top of each other and layer it really good, overlapping. Of course, this will be a tighter one, but it's okay because it's going to be at the front. You're going to twist all the way down and get to the bottom, twist on top of each other. You see, you can't see any black on this one, only the hair. I folded it up like this and just going to twist around. Okay, guys? So you guys have the hang of this. I don't want to get too curly. I have a feeling I'm getting too curly. I'm not going far enough to the bottom. Let's try some hair over here again. I have, this is the thinner side. Well, the smaller lock. So here I'm going to, if you can see, start about here, twist a couple times, secure. Now these lock rollers, I got them online. I wish I could think of the place. But if you guys watch these lock videos, there is a sister, beautiful sister. I think the shop is in Philly, maybe. And her hair is down to her bottom. She has really thick locks though. Not the other sister that does the videos, the Sisterlock videos, who has really, really long hair. It's not her, and they're not Sisterlock videos. But she's associated with a shop. And that shop sells these pipe cleaners online. So here again, here we go. You see that? Too high up. So I'm going to turn a couple times, secure, and then I'm just going to go straight down. Okay. There we go. Always want to make sure you check as you're grabbing these, especially if you decide to multitask and watch TV or do something else. You want to make sure you have all of the required hair in the lock and it is nice and secure. All right. This is going to be a little tighter, I think, than I wanted. It's just a habit. I'm a creature of habit. I haven't really done these with a looser curl, and I'm always tempted to pull tight. If you have new locks, I'm going to tell you this. You see, I'm going to pull this up because this hair is shorter. I don't want this pulling on me when I go to sleep tonight. So I'm going to pull this hair up to give me some wiggle room. I'm going to do this one really tight because it's at the back of my head. And often those ones at the back, somehow we don't pull as tight, or they get more rubbing up against things and the curl comes out faster. If your hair starts to dry while you're doing this, or it feels like it's really drying, just spritz it with a little water. I was getting ready to say something kind of important, but guys, I lost my train of thought. So sorry, so sorry. I have 60 of these. I have no intention of using 60 tonight. I want these things to look good, but I told you guys, I want to get into bed too. This is kind of thick feeling. I'm lazy. But one thing I do like is things to look uniform. So I'll skimp when I get to the middle. And then I got to remember I am not going as high as I normally do. And so what that means is it will take me less. Sometimes you can pull it a little. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Don't do this on new locks. I think I started doing this, guys. I really think I was at about maybe a couple years at least when I tried it. And even when I tried it, sorry guys, I dropped one. I wasn't doing it on a regular basis because I could feel it putting stress on my hair. I just kind of knew. See, I'm pulling that up. I could just feel it. So, and you can tell based on how firm your lock is, how tight the lock is, how much pulling and stuff. And you already know pulling. You see how this pulled out? It's two of them now I'm dealing with. So I'm going to backtrack just a little. Just a little. I'm going to make sure I twist a little to get that hair interwoven with the other pieces of lock so that I have less of a chance of, having any hair fall. And you see that? Now sometimes when this happens, let me show you something else I do. Because sometimes you get all the way to the bottom. Like, what the crap, I'm not going back up there. So you may say, okay, I'm not going back up to the back. So fine. Just get you a piece of your little pipe cleaner. You can cut a few of these in half. You can rip them apart. I'm going to go right up here. I'm going to turn this like this. And what you're going to see me do is simply run another series of twists with the pipe cleaner down the lock for extra reinforcement. I got something coming on down here. This is kind of curly on its own. Based on the way my hair lies, it's not going to be an issue. I already know that's not going to be too much of an issue. And the other may not have been either. Okay, we're going to do one more, ladies. And then we are going to move on. And I will see you tomorrow when I am all styled and done up. All right, now, again, we want this to hang straight. We want the curls more on the bottom. We don't want as much bounce and as much volume. So I started about halfway down the lock. I'm going to put my oil on tomorrow, which will be one of my essential oil blends. A little bit of jojoba, a little bit of almond oil, a tad bit of castor, and some essential oils to soften and detangle very easily. Jojoba is the master of detangling. None of the other oils can compete with it. It just is what it is. Folks, ladies, nothing can compete with the jojoba, but it does absorb into your hair very quickly. So if you like a sheen or you like to feel a little bit of oil, don't be disappointed with jojoba. It's just not the same. You want something a little heavier? Okay, avocado, almond, forego castor oil unless you're really trying to grow something. It's too heavy. Well, for my locks it is anyway. I'll leave it at that. So ladies, this is going to be the last one. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I will show you what the outcome is. You know I'm hoping for less curl and more length, but I do feel like I probably still went too far up on the lock. Dun 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 dun. And I guess if you wanted a layered look, you really could start in different places. Like maybe start here on one, start here on another. You can layer it. And that's for those of you who really are really creative and like to try different things. I know that would be really pretty. Some layering would be nice. Around the crown of your head too, you may want them a little bit tighter because you may be one of those ladies that kind of does like this and pulls the hair to the side. And again, don't forget, if you run out in terms of the length of the pipe cleaner, simply take two and twist them together at the ends to give you some added length. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay? And I love you, my sisters. Okay? So we'll see you soon and we'll see how this goes.